express myself freely. I dare to aim with precision. I dare to explore new paths, fueled by ambition and unshakable focus. I dare to imagine a world where innovation isn't just a concept, but a reality. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
World-class range of solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys र ग्यास हब्सले तपाईं र तपाईंको घरको पूर्ण रूपमा केयर गर्छ किनकि न्यूले बुझेको छ your way of quality living. Into freshness that bonds. Insta for a complete home. Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट.
And the winner of Miss Nepal World 2023 is Miss DHI, Sricha Pradhan.
नमस्कार म मिस नेपाल र मिस DHI सृचा प्रधान. मेरो यो जितको खुसीमा मलाई साथ दिने DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
We are all set for match number 15 here. The Sudurpaschim Royals taking on the Chitwan Rhinos. It's the battle between number 2 and number 3, the table toppers. Both teams looking very good in their respective games. The Chitwan Rhinos dropping one in the last, but they are a very good side to give themselves a good chance in this tournament as well. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024 powered by Ncell. Game number 14 was a thriller, cliffhanger, and by the barest of margins, Janakpur Bolts went on to win their 4th game in a row to just consolidate their position in the points table. Still trying to wrap my head around how Lumbini Lions let it slip away, but that's been the story for them in this tournament. Their 4th loss, and I'm afraid they're struggling now to make it to the top 4. We'll get some more perspective, but we also have to speak to the hero from that last match. It is Harsh Thakur, 5 for 23 for him. He bowled the last over, defending 9 runs, and he gave away barely 7 runs to eke out a big win for the Janakpur Bolts. What a performance there. Firstly, Harsh, welcome. Congratulations. Player of the match. HD, you were in the comm box behind me saying, what is happening?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, for first and foremost, to the captains for both teams in trusting to bowl the last overs of a T20 match with spin is quite something. What goes through your mind? Only got 9 to defend. What are you thinking about doing in that last over?
Honestly, it's just about we knew the wicket was really slow, so the plan was to just bowl slow on the stumps around the wicket to the righties, and the lefty obviously it's tough going over mid wicket, so the plan was just to bowl slow, little outside off to the lefties and on the stumps to the righties, and then see what happens.
You've had a very fine start to the tournament. We have to just give a small sneak peek into Harsh Thakur's performance so far. 2 for 22 in the first game. He did have a wicket in between as well, 5 for 23 today. He had some winning moments with the bat too for the Janakpur bowls, but clearly it's the last over today that stood out, and he came out trumps under pressure, showing a lot of character and resolve. We'll talk about that last over. Take us through the emotions and the moments and what the captain had instructed you, Harsh.
I was just trying to hold my nerves before every wicket. The 4 wickets I got, I wasn't trying to react because there was a big moment. Like I knew that the game could happen and the game was close, so was just trying to hold my nerves. And then when we got that final wicket, I think I was just.
What was going through your mind when Durgesh got that 4 of a reverse sweep?
It surprised me. I think I was very surprised by that shot. I didn't know he was going to play the reverse sweep because all the local guys told me that he hits over mid wicket and long on, so I was expecting that shot. But great shot to pull off first ball, and then obviously I knew the wicket was slow, so just try to bowl slow. And then even that last ball, I was just trying to bowl slow on the stumps, and then he was just looking for one, I think, but I think it jumped on him, and then I think it took the edge.
Yeah, you sprinted right to Jimmy Neesham. I saw that long on. It was a lovely moment there.
Yeah.
Difficult, just from a batting perspective, because you obviously are an all-rounder. Difficult to bat out there? I mean, have you found that the morning games spin more than, or turn more than the afternoon games?
This is the first time we actually batted first in the whole tournament. Every time we bat second, the conditions have been better than this. But I do think this pitch was very dry today. I think it was just slower in general. Even yesterday, the last game was also spinning. So I think batting today wasn't that easy. But overall, there have been wickets have also been good. It's hard to judge a wicket.
Holistically, have you enjoyed the tournament so far?
The crowd, the atmosphere, the whole thing, it's fantastic. I think NPL has a great future, and already it's a booming tournament.
It's blown us all away.
Yeah, Harsh, just a quick question. At the halfway stage, when you all were batting and even went down into the dugout as well, when you saw the surface turning so much, you felt that the total you got was enough to defend, or you felt you were a shot?
No, definitely. I think we knew we had enough. I think 140 or close to 140 here was good. It's just about executing your skills and knowing that how the pitch is and bowling according to the pitch.
Ably supported by the other spinners around you as well. You'll be mighty thrilled with the way Lalit Raj Banchi also has come good for the side. But great captaincy by Anil Kumar Saha to rotate his bowlers and ensure that they defend this. What's it like in the camp? You'll have made winning a habit, Harsh. It looks like you all don't know how to lose.
I think cricket is a funny game right now. Momentum's on our side, and God's been kind to us, and it's just about continuing this momentum, keep trying to stay level, and then keep working hard in practice, and then when you come to the ground, you just leave it up to the greater power, and right now it's all going well.
It does seem as a team, though, that you've got pretty much all the bases covered, and that the captain can adjust his tactics depending on the surface, because you've had different match winners, haven't you?
Exactly. I think we have so many, as you said, these pitches are slow, so we have a lot of spinners in our lineup. We have a great fast bowler in Kishore. We have Jimmy Neesham. His experience is brilliant. So I think the whole lineup, and also like Lalit and Mohsin, I can't say enough about them. I think every game they've been consistent and bowling on the area and doing what the team needs them. So it's going well, and we're just hoping to continue now.
Well, Harsh, thank you for your time. Firstly, congratulations on walking away with the player of the match. You're a worthy recipient of it. You got 5 wickets for 23, and you defended a very small score in the final over. Good on you. Well done. All the very best, and congratulations.
All the best, Harsh. Thanks very much for coming. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Harsh Thakur, the player of the match for the Janakpur Bowls. What a performance he put, and by doing so, he's just given the Janakpur Bowls that extra bit of 2 points to move right on top of the points table, HT.
He speaks well as well. I think our position as commentators are under a little bit of threat when he retires from the game. But some way away from that. Janakpur Bowls, top 4 from 4. Very difficult to see them missing out on a playoff spot now. Lumini Lions rooted to the bottom. They've had their opportunities though, haven't they?
Yeah, but all eyes will be on Sudurpaschim Royals and the Chitwan Rhinos at number 2 and number 3. 2 very formidable sides. Overseas recruits performing as well for them. Captains as well, very mercurial in their approach. And what you really want to see from the Sudurpaschim Royals is the kind of consistency they've brought across all departments. They look strong across all lines, HD. Is there a chink in the armor?
We haven't seen it yet, have we? Extremely well led by Dipendra Singh Eri. Often I see that Andrew Leonard's getting a few more words out of him at the toss, though, because he has been someone that's been very quiet. He leads from the front, brilliant with bat. We haven't seen him bowl a lot, but he can offer there as well. Exceptional in the field. They just seem hungry. You know, a side that has all bases covered can sometimes be a bit lazy in the field, but they really seem hungry for victory in every single game that they play.
Yeah, you talk about the hunger. Well, Sudurpaschim Royals have made winning so much a habit that they've had convincing wins. The last game as well, they looked their part and just showed that they can go out there and have a person for every reason and every season as well. We'll take a look at that match summary as well. What happened? The Sudurpaschim Royals played. A quick look at this particular game. It was match number 12. They were playing the Lumbini Lions. I really feel for them because they have struggled. But there you can see the numbers on the board. 187 for 4 with the bat.
And it's probably a little bit unfair that we always pay attention to Dependra, but he's that type of guy. But how good was Zabe, the Englishman? But bat and with ball, his 90 obviously instrumental in them going on for victory. I do like the man from Scotland. I know that, you know, we like to focus a little bit on the local guys, and they've done exceptionally well over the course of the whole tournament. But McMullen looks like a real player as well. This is just Zabe, I think, in full flow. Scores all around the wicket, gets on bended knee, can sweep slot, and then very effective with the ball.
Yeah, he started off this tournament as a middle order batter, then gets the promotion, has an off day as an opener, but then he comes back to just play an absolute whirlwind innings of 90 in 50 odd deliveries, rather 60. And what was so nice about him is that he didn't really play, you know, crazy shots. He played cricketing shots to get to those 90 runs. Sometimes you talk about the slog sweeps and all of that. No, it was all elegance, all class and all carnage, and he added 3 wickets to the tally as well with that batting effort of his. So that's why you have to have these multi-dimensional players, and if your opener can get that going, it certainly augurs well for the side.
Yeah, we were having that discussion on air a little bit earlier, myself and Andrew Leonard, about having all-rounders. It's all very well picking an all-rounder because he can bat a little and bowl a little.
McMullen for that matter.
Well, hang on. Is that those players often don't win you games, in that you need to have someone that is exceptional with the bat and that makes the team as a batter and who can offer the ball. In other words, these guys aren't bits and pieces players. These are proper all-rounders. Zabe looks like a proper all-rounder, and so does McMullen.
Yeah, you talk about the batters getting the runs, but it's the bowlers as well who stood up for the Sudurpaschim Royals. 29 wickets in the 3 matches, HD. That says a lot about the appetite and the hunger, the depth in the bowling, the options, the variety as well.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit earlier now to Harsh Thakkar around the fact that everyone's got to have a turn to win you games. Right at the top, Abanish Bahara with his little medium trundlers has been very effective on these pitches, hasn't he? Yes, then you get McMullen. Kugelan at the top has got the extra pace, and he knocks people over inside those power plays. Again, this is what they've done well, which other teams have struggled to do, is get wickets inside those power plays. They often have teams 3, 4 down, and if you have that inside the power play, makes life easy for your batters.
Yeah, and talk about Naren Saud, 5 for 19 on debut, the left-arm spinner. What a moment he had as well for himself. And then you get to see Saif Ali Zabe as well coming in and just adding wickets to the tally. Certainly, the Sudurpaschim Royals have all bases covered, looks like.
I think they're a difficult team to beat. Look, I think Nepal have got thousands and thousands of left-arm spinners. They're coming out of every avenue here in Kathmandu. So it's no surprise that there's one within the Royals ranks as well. Hard side to beat, but if anyone's going to do it, could be the Rhinos, because they've got some bowlers as well.
Oh yes, they do have some bowlers, and Sohail Tanvir will be eager to go out there and get some wickets. They started off winning both their games. Just the last game is where they faced a blip against the Karnal Yaks, but otherwise Chitwan Rhinos as well have a lot of overseas players who've done the job, and some top order batters as well who are getting it going for them as well. Just one blip. You don't want to read too much into their performance. You want to believe they still can go across and put up a good show today as well.
Yeah, they didn't bat well against the Yaks, did they? They really struggled. They only got 130 for 7. That was the problem. But it's their bowling that nearly pulled them out of trouble. I mean, there was no ways that the Rhinos should have gone on and won this game. Yes, the Yaks got over the line, but they crawled over the line thanks to the bowling attack that the Rhinos have.
Actually, I need to ask you this question. Does it look like there's a bit of an over-dependency on Ravi Bopara factor in the middle order?
At the moment, yes, but I'm sure that there are other players who will stand up. They will need to if they're going to go further in this tournament. You can't be too reliant on one overseas player. We've seen the teams that have done well have actually had strong performances from their local players.
Yeah, we did have a chat with Harsh Thakkar some time back. He now has 8 wickets, but the man who's leading the pack, Sohail Tanvir, 5 wickets for him, 3 wickets in another game, 8 wickets for him as well. He's certainly getting that experience and troubling batters up front. Most of the opening batters have not been been able to negate him that well. We'll take a look at the top wicket takers for the Chitwan Rhinos. Sohail Tanveer 8. Richard Dekal, we can't really take much away from him. He's been equally wonderful complimenting Sohail Tanveer.
What I like about Dakal at the top there with Tanveer is they're both left armers, and I just think the amount of experience and knowledge that Tanveer will pass on to that local young left arm quick is going to be immense. I think he's already said it, yes off camera, yes off the field, he said that Tanveer has been amazing. He was exceptional when he got that three-for. He swung it prodigiously back into the right-handers. Kushal Mala there with 2. He's a much better spinner than people give him credit for, and he's the name that I was looking for that needs to give Ravi Bapara some help with the bat in hand.
Yes, he'll have to add some runs and add some partnerships. He's looked good with the bat and he's also come good with the ball, but he'll have to really step things up. All right, so what's the decision at the toss? Sometime back, Andrew Leonard was both the captains for match number 15.
Okay, time for the toss in the afternoon game on a sensational Sunday here at the NPL. We've got our captains alongside me. It's going to be the Rhinos against the Royals, Kushal Mala, Tapendra Singhari and Mr. Mohammed Shafiq. Tapendra, I think you've got the coin. Give it a toss. Heads. Heads is the call.
And it is head.
It is a head. Kushal, stay there. You've won the toss. What are you going to do and why, please?
We're going to bat first because we don't know how it's going to behave in second innings.
You won your first 2 games, defeat in the last one, narrow defeat. How important does that make today's game?
Yeah, we nearly win the game, last games, but I think it's a new game and new challenge. Hope for the better result.
Okay, any changes to your starting 11 today?
Yeah, 2 change. Sarath is out and Ranjit is in, and Luke is out and Hassan is in.
Kushal, good luck as always, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay, Tapendra, they are going to bat first. What would you have done?
बलिङ गर्छौँ अब राम्रो स्कोरमा तिनीहरूलाई रोक्ने र चेज गर्ने.
Iktam Ramro. You've had a brilliant tournament so far, the Royals and you yourself. Are you enjoying this NPL?
या इन्जोय गरिरहेको छु एकदमै धेरै र एनपिएल पनि एकदमै राम्रो भइरहेछ र इन्जोय गरिरहेको छौँ.
Little shake for those Royals fans, they've been amazing.
जहिले पनि सपोर्ट गर्नुभएको छ, अझै सपोर्ट गरिराख्नु. हामी फाइनल जितेर ल्याउनेछौँ.
Finally, what about your team today? Any changes?
Yeah, 1 change. Basant is out and Dilpreet is in.
Okay, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing Dilpreet Bajra. That's the news from the toss. The Chitwan Rhinos, they won the toss. They're going to have a bat first.
Yeah, it's ended up being a tricky surface in game number 14. What will it dish out in game number 15? 2 changes for the Chitwan Rhinos and 1 change for the sudurpaschim Royals. You can see that change there as well. Dilpreet Bajwa coming in for Vipin Khatri, and for the Chitwan Rhinos, the 2 changes that we'll be talking about is quite literally Hassan Esakil up front, right on top, the opener getting back his spot.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that Luke Benkenstein misses out because he's quite useful as a leg spinner, to be honest. Esakil hasn't done much yet with bat in hand, but he is a powerful striker. Maybe they feel they need to strengthen that at the top of the order. Watch out for Jan Nicole Lofty-Eaton. He's got 100 at this ground before. Very dangerous in the middle order. He's going to have to be extremely dangerous if the Rhinos are going to get those runs on the board to compete with the Royals.
Yeah, the other change there being Ranjit Kumar for the Chitwan Rhinos. Yeah, Lofty-Eaton looked very good in that short stay of his in that last game as well. So a lot is expected now that the Chitwan Rhinos are batting first. They'll need some more heroes to emerge out. You don't want to go to the usual suspects every time, HD.
No, you don't. And it's nice to see as well that there's another associate player comes in here in Dilpreet Bajra from Canada. He got a brilliant 100, the only 100 scored in the GT20, which was earlier on in the year in very difficult conditions. The pitch in Brampton, Canada didn't play particularly well, and he was absolutely superb. So a lovely acquisition for the Royals.
Right, just coming to the square, the surface, we've seen 191 being chased. We've seen 130 being defended. What are your thoughts on the surface?
I do think that even though it's the same pitch, I do think that plays differently from the morning to the evening. I know Harsh said that Harsh Thacker said it was a little bit on the dry side, but we've all chatted to the curator and he puts a little bit of water on it late in the evening, and we know the temperatures never get too high. So I think that the surface is a little bit damp first thing in the morning. The ball grips on it and it turns and it makes batting harder. Once the sun comes out, and they truly are beautiful, beautiful days here. Once we get past 10:30, 11 o'clock, sensational afternoons. I think it gets easier to bat and easier to bat. Kushal Mala won the toss, going to have a bat first. I think the reason behind that, though, is because he fancies his bowling lineup to be able to defend absolutely anything. But I tell you what, not against that Royals side. You can't go get 130 and defend it against the Royals because they've got a good batting lineup. They're going to need to post something significant.
Yeah, quite certainly. Scott Kugelheim on top. You have Vinod Bhandari who's been getting them the starts as well. That's a formidable opening pair. There's been a match winner for Sudurpaschim Royals in practically every game. Then you have Dipender Singh Airi always at one end, holding fort, getting the sixes at will. So this is a side that is ready for every situation in the tournament so far.
That's what we've chatted about over and over, in that if you're going to win this competition, there's a couple of factors. Number one, you don't want to have one good performer in every game. You want a different performer in every game, so that when you get to those knockout phases, everyone feels as though they're in form. So a different match winner every game. And then last but not least, I think you want some really strong local performances. So maybe today we see the very best of Kushal Malla, because I tell you what, I watched him get that 100 in the Asian Games against Mongolia. It was brutal.
And maybe the very best of Sohail Tanvir. That's because each time he's performed, Rhinos have won. 5 wickets, Rhinos won. 3 wickets, Rhinos won. But the time he's been wicketless, the Rhinos have lost. How important is the wickets up front in his 4 overs?
Well, if he gets a little bit of swing up front, he's very dangerous. If you've never played against him before, because of his unique action, he can be very dangerous. But the opposition know, sorry about the reiteration, but the opposition know that he's very dangerous, so they tend to look after him a little bit. They don't try and take him for too many, because they know that they can catch up later on.
Right. We're all set for game number 15. The players are making their way to the middle. You can hear the roar in the stadium as well. And it's just the right time to toss it across to Monali Patel and Sridharan Sriram. Take it away, Monali.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and great analysis of the game that's coming up and the game that's gone. It's going to be another ripper here, as it's Sudurpaschim Royals taking on the Chitwan Rhinos. The Rhinos winning the toss and choosing to have a bat first as the 2 openers walk out to the middle. Sriram, your thoughts on this toss and the decision behind it?
See, thanks for putting me in on the spot straight away. But see, I'm not surprised, given how the ball spun in the morning. That would have definitely influenced the decision. But really, Monali, the surface is not going to change in 40 overs. Whatever you do, you've got to do well. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't think the toss has played such a vital role in the decision of any game. It's just about how the teams can execute their skill. In 40 overs, the surface is not going to change dramatically.
But this is the most turn that we've seen so far here at the Nepal Premier League. This morning, the ball turning square for a lot of the spinners. We saw so much spin action in that first game as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the guys who were more dangerous were Lalit Rajbanshi and the bowlers who had the quality. Harsh Thakur bowled extremely well. I think there is plenty on offer if you've got the quality as a bowler. And you will still see quality shine through at the end of the day. If you've got the quality of the batter, you can make runs. And if you've got the quality as a bowler, you can make inroads. Happy to see Hassan Ezekiel, son of Mohammad Nabi, the famous Afghan cricketer. He's in place of Luke Benkenstein. Hassan can also bowl leggies, mind you. So it's a like-to-like replacement, kind of. But it's up against the very experienced and an informed Scott Kugelheim, who's bowled really well in this competition. 5 wickets in the 4 games. Economy, look at that, under 6. 3 for 30 is best. In he comes.
Walking down the track, first ball, he does beat the fielder and off the mark. Harky, I like what I'm seeing out there from him. Wants to take the attack to Scott Kugelheim.
Oh, brave. I like it, but it's extremely brave from Karki. Yeah, off the mark, Chitwan Rhinos.
Just outside the edge. Cowell's going to have to wait to get off the mark, but you just hear the roar every time the bowler's coming in. The atmosphere is palpable here.
A terrific delivery. Good channel, good length. Not much footwork from Hassan Ezekiel.
the offside, and he is going to find the boundary. Short and width on offer, and he makes the most of it.
Yeah, that's what you come to expect from Hassan Ezekiel, short and wide. And this is a tournament where you've been able to give width to the batter. The batsmen take full toll of it. Yeah, he doesn't hold back, Hassan Ezekiel. It's only his second ball, but he throws the kitchen sink. A Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G. What's Kugeline's response going to be?
Very limited on footwork again. Anything that's full and outside that off stump seems to be quite stuck in his crease. We had a really interesting conversation about that this morning, and the basis behind the footwork. We've got Bismillah Jan Shinwari, one of our on-field umpires. He's been exceptional so far here at the Nepal Premier League.
He's always early to dinner. I see him in the restaurant.
You're right. Rashid Riaz, the leg umpire. And it's a long day for the umpires. They got to get in there and have their dinner as well.
It did only one game, remember? We do both. It's a longer day for us.
And TV umpire, Mr. Vinay Kumar Jha. Tough job for the men who've got to make all these tough decisions.
Thankless job, no doubt about it. A terrific experience for all of them as well to umpire in front of such a big crowd. He's working up good pace. He's Scott Kugeline. Terrific first over. 5-0 loss, the Rhinos.
Refresh. बनाउँछ भित्रैबाट फ्रेश. Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Stock Fantasy.
on Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Scott Kugeline, who's just had a fantastic first over. Very excited to see the Canadian Dilpreet Bajwa. And for the Rhinos, Ravi Bopar has been consistent. Kushal Malla, the captain as well, doing very well so far on the side. And Soilton Beer, we cannot forget him. Wicket taker, game changer. Spoken about McMullen, and here he is with the ball. 5 wickets so far in the 4 matches. Best of 3 for 21. Pushed into the covers. They're going to get back for 2.
Yeah, compliments Scott Kugeline at the other end. It's McMullen. He's a steady line and length bowler. Scott Kugeline works up good pace. So they complement each other with the new ball. This is a good push from Santosh Karki. Completely different opening pair here for the Rhinos from last game.
This time it's driven with more conviction, and it does find the boundary rope. Excellent looking stroke.
Yeah, Karki is opening in the first game. He didn't bat in the previous game at all. It was Deepak Bohra and Luke Benkenstein who opened the batting. They've got a new pair this time, and lovely shot. Pitched up, floated, little bit of swing, but he went through the shot. Lovely looking cover drive.
Smart cricket this. Picked up a boundary, worked into the leg side, get off the strike.
Yeah, good batting. You seem to be very influential in this league, Monali. Barrage of Canadians attacking the Nepal Premier League. One more today, Dilpreet Bajwa. Can't believe it.
You cannot say it like that. I've got zero influence in the players department.
The little bird tells me otherwise.
I would be wrong if I said that I'm not happy to see the Canadians, and all of the Canadians who are here are deserving of a spot here. They're one of the best that we have.
Yeah, we saw Harsh Thakur changing the game. What a terrific performance from him. 5 for 23. He was brought in late into the attack, but he's responded so well. Bowling that last over, never easy.
It was a really good chat as well that he had with HD and Mikhail. The reason that chat really stood out to me was he's one of the youngsters who's come through the Canadian system, but he speaks very well and very maturely. He understands the game and he understands his game.
Do you have a system?
We do have a system. We do have a pathway for the players. We've got a great junior program, in fact. That is a swing and a miss. It's going to be the end of the second. 12 for none.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#. Insta for a complete home.
12 runs on the board, going at 6. And that's a faint bottom edge. And just going back to your question about the system. So in Canada, we've got a great junior program. We've got the under 11s, the under 13s. We work all the way up to the under 16s. The place that we sort of fall apart is the fact that we don't have an under 23 program. We did in the past, and what often happens is once you're done that under 16 mark, there isn't enough of a bridge between that and the seniors. So players who are great will filter into the seniors, and players who still aren't there don't quite have that bridge that you necessarily need.
It's a very good point you make. How far are these associate nations from having a first-class system? I know Ireland does have a first-class system. Scotland, I'm not so sure because a lot of the players play county cricket in England. But can Canada have a first-class system? Is there enough infrastructure? Is there enough, money?
Yeah, it all comes down to money, unfortunately, doesn't it? For the associates, it comes down to money, and we don't have enough of it. It hampers infrastructure, it hampers growth. Nepal, very similar to us, they're also an associate, and the funding that comes in is also not enough to put in some of the programs and the infrastructure they want in place. However, Nepal's done some great things. Nepal Premier League, one of those great initiatives. All the talent hunts that they have, another great initiative.
Yeah, the under-19 system is so good for Nepal. Beating Afghanistan, short, just didn't carry. So Ezekiel on the front foot. When you play the pull shot, you've got to rock back and then extend your arms. He's working up good pace here, Kugelheim. Testing the technique of Ezekiel, who hasn't got much footwork so far. Terrific striker of the ball. It didn't go back. If it gone slightly rocked back, you'd have got a tad more time to have played that shot.
And we talk about the growth of the game, and we forget oftentimes that it's not about your top tier, it's about that bottom base. There's some pace. Scott Kugelheim is generating some real pace out in the middle.
A terrific bowler, Scott Kugelheim. He's got bounce as well on this occasion. Swing and a miss for Ezekiel. Nowhere near it, Ezekiel. Yeah, this will be a test for his technique. Good lengths, pushing the batter back, testing him out with the bounce. Yeah, this is a good spell here from Kugelheim. 13 for naught with the last ball of the third over.
Does manage to get this one away. A bit too much width on offer, and it's slapped away for a boundary. 3 gone, the Rhinos 17 for none.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, The gas hopsले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
अब सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजौं I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
Josh Karki, 9 of 6. McCullen for his second.
Catch it!
Calls for catch it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Tries to go over the bowler's head, checks the shot, doesn't have the distance, and McMullen strikes.
I've seen McMullen getting this sort of wicket quite often. He got Rohit Paudel in a similar fashion yesterday. That length that he bowls, and the height from which he releases makes the shot really hard. It's not something you can do to McMullen, just stand and hit over the top. The wicket's doing a bit as well. Terrific bowling from McMullen. Santosh Karki has gone for 9. Got an opportunity to get in the top of the order. Hasn't made full use of it. Unfortunately, the Rhinos 17 for 1.
He is also short on runs. The Chitwan Rhinos, this is sort of their weakness area, we can say. A top order, just not giving them enough runs to start. And the reliance on that middle order continues to be the trend. Great delivery from McMullen. Not the greatest of execution from Karki as he's back in the pavilion.
It's that length that he bowls, isn't it, McMullen? And the release point so high. Just maybe stops a bit on the batter, gets that a bit of extra bounce. Not easy shot to play. Just hold out to mid-off, Santosh Karki. Within Raval.
That's going to be wide, and the keeper does very well.
Abhinav Bhandari does really well. Number 7, there's a Dhoni there. But good hands. Had to go a long way down the leg side, did Bhandari. Done well to get a glove on it. Brings Hassan Ezekiel.
Better looking stroke. Just unfortunate he couldn't quite pierce the gap. Got in the right position this time.
Much happier facing McMullen. Stood tall, punched it. Terrific piece of work there by the fielder. That's good commitment from the Yellows. And that's why they're top of the table.
Oh, this might be tight. This might be tight. We'll have to see how tight it would have been with a direct hit. Off the mark.
A first piece of action for the Canadian, Harpreet Bajwa. Pick up. In the spotlight straight away, Bajwa. Had to hit the stump. And if he had, probably would have just made it.
Worked into the leg side this time. They pick up another 2 runs. The line's been a bit all over the place the last few deliveries from McMullen.
Good over. 6 runs coming off it. In a good battle this between bat and ball. Mullen has been very good in this tournament.
Again, straying down leg, and it does get punished. Helping himself to another boundary here, Ezekiel. It's going to be the end of the fourth. The Rhinos 27 for 1.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Watch NPL